Welcome to Monday Meditation. My name is Mr. Reality. I welcome you here. Big day for Michigan fans as they move to Houston to play a big football game. If you're excited about football, good luck to that. Sunday was my mom's birthday. Turned 89. That's a big milestone. I hope we can all get there on our own. But I want to talk a little bit about birthdays and about loving yourself. It seems like there's a lot of people out there that are struggling with this. So just real quick, I want to celebrate life. Think about the profound importance of birthdays and holidays and the mindfulness we can all experience in our self love. Birthdays mark the beginning of our journey in the world and also marks the celebration of our trip around the sun, as Atenists, I always say. I wanted to look back on my old birthdays and, it's fun to see them. I I don't really remember having all of them, but I remember the joy that was around them and just being nervous about it because you're worried about others' expectations of the event. So, to understand the importance of birthdays, we really need to understand the significance of them and why we celebrate them. Because on our earth plane, we each have segments and milestones and decades that we talk about. And it's important and it's a sign of respect and it's a sign of reverence to have someone get old. And yet there's a point where once they're old we cast them off and we don't think about them anymore. So there's kind of a an ebb and a flow to the sanctity of our life. I know they celebrate birthdays differently in different parts of the world, but it was nice to celebrate with my mom and with my family today. So if you are having one, I'd advise you to celebrate it. Celebrate the renewed birth and life that you have and use that as a milestone cap. Earlier in the day, we did a meditation and a channeling, and it brought up mindfulness and self love. So I wanted to discuss that a little bit. Mindfulness is just a practice of being fully present in every moment. And birthdays really provide us an opportunity to reflect on that and reflect on, the joyfulness and just being alive and experiencing new things and old things. Birthdays should cause us to be joyful and, not worry about the anxiety, the stress that it fuels. And, it's the beginning of a new year. Most of you haven't had a birthday yet, but when you do, I just wanted to say happy birthday to you, those of you that haven't had one yet. Um, it should give us pause and reflection, and it should allow us to see the accomplishments that we've made, reflect on just the things that we have done, the people that we have touched. And it's important to practice your journaling and practice your gratitude and practice even mindful engaging in the day. You can practice mindful driving, you can practice mindful eating, you can practice mindful sleeping is harder because you're asleep. But take a moment to internalize the moment of those things that you're participating in. So they're not done on automatic, they're not done as robot mode, but you're engaging in them and you're experiencing them. And stop to smell what's happening, stop to enjoy what's happening, stop to look at other senses around you and things you wouldn't normally recognize, and just make a mental note of those and be present in that moment of that celebration. And you don't need to have a birthday to do this. You can do this any point in the day, but just be mindful of your moments and be mindful of what's happening around you so that you're not going through on autopilot. We sit there in front of our screens and we watch show after show and binge after binge, and then we think, what the hell just happened? It was a waste of time. We weren't present in that moment. We were detached from that moment in those moments of that show. The most precious gift that we can give to ourselves, which has kind of escaped our society now, is self love. And I don't mean masturbation, I mean practicing your own internal sense of gratitude and joy and love for you. Like one of the thoughts that I had this morning was, how many times do you hug yourself a day? Give yourself a hug. Tell yourself you're great. And one of the exercises I used to do a long time ago was just look at yourself in the mirror and tell you how great you are. Smile, be joyful, be happy, be full of love, be honest, and be sincere in telling yourself how much you love you, because you are the greatest gift that Earth has right now. Each one of you listening, it's not me, but it's you. And it's what you do with those moments, and it's what you do with that internal sense of self love, which is going to allow you to propel yourself and ascend higher and be a greater falcon of inspiration for those people around you. Don't look to me, look to people, to look to you and inspire those people out there. It could be, taking someone on a trip, taking someone grocery shopping. It could be small things, but try and do things every day, not to put yourself on a pedestal. The self love isn't for like getting appreciation or boosting your ego. This self love is for practicing your own emotional well being and being sincere and confident and loving to yourself. Because if you can't love you, then how do you expect people to love you the same? It's hard. And we always try and say, well, I hate so and so. Well, what are you really reflecting out when you say you hate so and so, or I hate this, or I hate that? The media is filled with hate. Shows are filled with hate. Shows are filled with sarcasm. No one's really, and they make fun of people that love themselves. So birthdays aren't really just dates on the calendar. They're reminders of the beauty of everyday life. And the reason we take photos is because we're trying to capture that moment of life. But we're not in that moment anymore. We're in the photos and we're scrolling through each other person's moment and not recognizing those that surround us. So just use the opportunities to cultivate mindfulness in your everyday life. Give yourself a chance to shower yourself in self love. Give yourself praise. Give yourself accolades. Give yourself respect. And encourage other people to review their birthdays that are coming up with an open heart and a chance for growth and self reflection, celebrating incredible journey, and wish them a happy birthday. Thanks so much, everybody. My classes start up soon. If you're interested, email remoteviewit@gmail.com. There are 6 weeks remote viewing classes, and I'll be anxious to tell you more about it if you want to have a 15-minute phone call with me. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time. Happy birthday.